What's up, YouTube? This is your boy. You know what they call me. I go by that name, man. I go by that name. They call me J Story. You heard me, aka Mr. O. And I'm back again. With a video. But before I get into it, man, look. Shout out to the new subscribers. I'm gonna come up with a name to call y'all. I call y'all the storytellers, but I feel like I need something different, something with a little bit of pizzazz to it. You hear me? But look. Shout out to YouTube. Secondly, because if it wasn't for YouTube, I wouldn't have a platform to really speak on. You dig? Shout out to all of the people who support me, those who love me, those who hate me. You understand what I'm saying? If you don't get the notifications, it's because you haven't pressed the notification bell, which is super easy. Just press the notification bell, and every time I post, then you'll get the notification. You will see my lovely face. But let's get into it. Today, I just want to talk to you, man. I got a couple of videos coming, but this particular video today, I just want to motivate not only people that are disabled, but people in general. You say, well, Story, how can you motivate somebody and you're in a predicament? Well, let me explain to you how. Because as for me, just by me stepping up my game a little bit and coming to speak to you on the behalf of the disabled community, I know a lot of people out here are doing it, but I'm one of the ones who will really be raw, real, and uncut. You hear me? If I get my mom on here, she'll tell you straight up it hasn't been easy, but through the grace of God, she's done it. So today is simply going to be about motivation, man, because you see, in order to win, you must learn how to lose gracefully. Can I say it again? I said, in order to win, you must learn how to lose gracefully. See, a lot of people don't understand because they've always won. But do you really know what it means to lose and still feel like you've won? Right? Because for me, being in a wheelchair, some people may say, Story, listen, you have been in a wheelchair X amount of years, so you should feel defeated. Let me tell you why I really don't feel defeated. You heard me? I don't feel defeated because I'm blessed to make it to the age that I am. If God spares my life, this coming Sunday, I'll be 35 years old. A lot of my friends through high school, a lot of younger celebrities, a lot of people my age and a little older than me have died. But I'm yet standing, I'm yet standing because I've learned to overcome. In order to really feel like somebody, you must be willing to look up to everybody. Don't downplay anybody because you're no better than anyone else. The only difference is I'm sitting down and you're standing up, or I may be laying down and you're sitting up. But the thing is, different, like I always say, different is not always bad. You have to know as an individual that you're better than what people say you are. Shout out to every hater in the world, because if you don't have somebody hating on you, can I just be real? If you don't have somebody hating on you, then you're not doing your job. But if you have somebody hating on you as a person and you don't even know why, then you're doing something right. You hear me? You don't have to be a celebrity. You don't have to be famous. You don't have to be sitting on the top tier to have somebody hate on you. Somebody can hate on you just because you have natural hair. Somebody can hate on you just because you have nice tattoos. Somebody can hate on you just because you might drive a 2012 and they drive a 2009. You know, there's several different reasons for people to hate on your sauce. You know, if you drip in sauce, listen, there's nothing that no one can tell you, no one can stop you, because your sauce is what it is. It's cut, dry, and simple. It's your sauce, you heard me? So the thing of it is, learn to hold your head up. Learn to hold your head up and don't run away from your problems. You have to face your problems head on. This is why I simply said, you know what? I'm going to put my story out here on YouTube. Why? Because I wanted to show the world that there is somebody who still lives this and goes through this every day, and they're not ashamed to say it is hard, but yet I still thank God for where I am, because it could have been worse. You understand? There's always a negative before a positive, but you have to understand, in algebraic terms, a negative and a negative equals a positive. So anything that you inspire to do, it might not work the way you want it to work, but don't give up on it. Don't give up on your dream. Don't give up because people said you can't. Don't give up because people said you don't have the money behind you. Don't give up because those around you don't believe in you. If you believe in God, whatever God you may serve, I said it like this because I don't want this to be said that I'm disrespecting anybody in what they believe. But if you believe in something, you know what I'm saying? You have something in you that will tell you to go forward. That's just like self-esteem. I'm going to talk to you about myself. You heard me? Look, I didn't always have the confidence that I have today. Being a child raised with two brothers and they were normal and they were break dancing and I seen them doing it and I wanted to do it. Yada, yada, yada. My mom always told them, she said, look, don't treat him any different. Even if he cannot do it, you make him feel like he can. So in other words, what I'm telling you, sometimes you gotta grow up and put your big boy shirt on and put your big girl shirt on and not disrespecting to any healthy women out there. When I call you healthy, I'm saying plus size, not disrespecting anybody. But when I say that, put your big girl shirt on, I mean sometimes you have to put on the attire to match how you feel. Sometimes when I go out during the day, I might put on a tie and a dress shirt. Why? Because I feel important when I put on dress attire. How you look affects your mood during the day. You dig what I'm saying? Don't let nobody make you feel less than a man or a woman because you're blessed. Don't let anybody make you feel inferior to them because you may not have what they have. You understand? But the thing that you should do is, when people come your way and they start to talk about you, you heard me, and they start to say, oh, you're thinking you're this and you're that, I'm not going to hate on you, but what I will do, instead of having my hand out, I'm going to lend you a hand up. You heard me? A lot of times, people don't understand what that means. When I say, I'm going to say that again, when I say, I'm going to lend you a hand up, that means I'm not going to beg you for what you have, because I can get the same thing. So if somebody's down on their luck, instead of them looking for you to give them a hand out, you give them a hand up, which means you help them go forward, because you won't help anybody just giving them. You have to show them how to make revenue for themselves. You have to show them how to be confident in themselves, because listen, you can sit back and say, oh, you have low self-esteem all you want to, but if you don't show an individual how to become confident and how to have high self-esteem, what are you really doing by tearing them down? All you do by telling someone, oh, your self-esteem is low, all you do by telling them that they don't look the part is you tear them down. Instead of tearing people down, what you should do is, instead of tearing them down, what you should do is simply say, what can I do to help you become who you need to be? If that is prayer, if that is a little financial help, if that is a little dress code change, if that is hygiene change, whatever the case may be, you always understand that you have the power to motivate. You have the power within yourself to motivate anybody that you want to motivate. Look, because if I sat around and said, I don't have this and I don't have that, and always crying, woe is me, woe is me, woe is me, how can I tell you in YouTube world and on Facebook and on Twitter, whatever the case may be, how can I tell you how to live your life if you're always looking at me holding my head down? If you're always looking at me saying, he's telling me this and he's telling me that, but he's not doing anything to help himself. I cannot tell you something to motivate you if I don't do something to help myself. But if you see me, ladies and gentlemen, helping myself, it may benefit you in the long run, and say, if he can do it, I know I can. My situation, being in a wheelchair for so long, is simply not easy for me, but guess what? I make the best of what people say is a bad situation. Dig what I'm saying? What you have to do is learn to take your limitations and make them your motivations. Learn to take your limitations and make them your motivations. Why? Because people are people. People look down on everyday people. People look down on rich people. People look down on middle class people. The world is just filled with people who don't want to see others win. But guess what? You can and will win. If you decide and you make up in your mind that you want to win, guess what, ma'am, sir, child, cat, dog, boy, girl, you will win. You will win. Because I may not be where I want to be, but I will go where I want to go. You understand? Because the situation is simply this. You do not benefit from being someone who tries to depend on others' blessings. You have to be a blessing in order to receive a blessing. You understand? I don't like bullying. I hate bullying. Why? Because bullying shows and proves that the people who are bullying you, the people who are bullying you have low self-esteem. And bullies make sure that they feel good about themselves. So, what I'm saying is I stand for the no bullying movement. How many people understand that adults get bullied too? Not just kids. Adults get bullied too. Adults get told they're not worthy. Adults get told they're not pretty enough. Adults get told all types of different things that kids get told. And sometimes it's a little bit worse. It's a lot worse on the kids than it is the adults, because the adults have a little bit tougher skin. But that gives no one no right to bully anybody. The thing about it is we need to come into a place as people, as humans, and not androids and all these other things. We need to come into the place as human beings where we uplift each other. Because the thing about it is, as long as we tear each other down, as long as we put our foot on each other's necks, guess what's going to happen? We will never reach the next plateau. We will never reach the next plateau. So what I'm saying is lay down the beef and start picking up the blessing. Can I say that one more time? Lay down the beef and start picking up the blessings. Because when you lay down beef and start picking up the blessings, you will understand that beef was nothing more than a stepping stone to what you were looking forward to. Don't let anybody, ma'am, sir, boy or girl, don't let anybody stop your show. Wheelchair or not, don't let anybody stop your show. Why? Because you are great. I'm talking to YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, and everywhere else. You are great. Whether people want to receive you that way or not, I don't care if you have 1 subscriber, 2 subscribers, 2 million subscribers, 3 million subscribers. We're all the same people. We might be on different brackets, different playing fields, different positions, but guess what? We are all people, and we all deserve the same amount of love that everyone else deserves. We all deserve the same amount of respect that everyone else deserves.